Nestled in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, the Stanley Hotel looked every bit the picturesque getaway. Its grand facade gleamed under the eerie moonlight, casting long shadows that played tricks on the eyes. Yet beneath the surface of this elegant mansion lay dark secrets, stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained events that had seeped into every crevice of the building. It was no wonder that anyone who dared step inside felt an unshakable chill. Alex, a seasoned journalist with a knack for uncovering the supernatural, arrived with a small group of investigators. They had heard the tales but remained skeptical, eager to uncover the rational explanations behind the alleged hauntings. Little did they know, the Stanley Hotel had plans of its own. Night fell, enveloping the hotel in an oppressive silence that was only broken by the occasional creak of the old wooden floors. The team set up their equipment, their flashlights casting long beams across the dusty, ornate halls. As Alex readied his camera, a feeling of being watched prickled the back of his neck. He dismissed it as nerves, but the unease lingered. As midnight approached, a gust of icy wind swept through the corridors, extinguishing their candles in a swift puff. Panic set in as the temperature plummeted. Shivering, the team huddled together, their breath visible in the freezing air. Then came the whispers, disembodied voices echoing through the halls, growing louder and more menacing. "Who's there?" Alex shouted into the void, his voice wavering. The only response was a spine-chilling laugh that reverberated off the walls. Just as they decided to abandon their quest, a figure emerged from the shadows. Dressed in early 20th century garb, its face was a blur, as if it belonged to another era trapped in time. The apparition beckoned them closer. Fear rooted them in place, but the compulsion to follow was too strong. The figure led them to the infamous room 217, where countless guests had reported paranormal activity. No sooner had they entered than the door slammed shut with a deafening thud. In the inky darkness, Alex fumbled for his flashlight. When the beam finally cut through the darkness, what they saw made their blood run cold. Spectral forms filled the room, each with a story of their demise, their faces twisted in eternal torment. The walls began to close in, and the air grew thick with the scent of decay. Realizing they could easily become the next victims of the Stanley, Alex and his team scrambled for the door. It wouldn't budge. Desperation set in until Alex noticed a key on the bedside table, one that hadn't been there moments before. Hands trembling, he snatched it up and turned it in the lock. The door flew open, and the group burst into the hallway, gasping for breath. The figures vanished, and the oppressive grip of the hotel loosened its hold. As they fled the haunted halls, one thing was clear: the horrors of the Stanley Hotel were not mere fabrications. They were real, and they would haunt Alex's dreams long after he and his team left its cursed confines. The Stanley Hotel had once again claimed its place as a gateway to the supernatural, a place where past and present intertwined, blurring the lines between life and death.